So I'm just gonna save. And we'll continue on with this bull crud. Got a little bit scared there for a second. I think it's...
Unauthorized materials detected.
Either I've got this wrong or I'm missing a step.
How about this?
Unauthorized materials detected.
Oh! Oh, right here. Okay. Put an antigen into jubilation. A jubilant. Wait, do I have to combine them? Vaccine base. Okay. So that should... Oh, okay. So we just had to get it equal across the board. Gotcha. Well, wait. The guy who's dead is the only one who knows how to contact them.
Please remove the vaccine canister.
Oh, great. Wait, Crud's gonna go down, ain't it? Jesus! I mean, she's being very careful with that. Huh. Just saying, I was technically right. Jesus. Man, Jill, that was ballsy. I gotta press W! And then maybe Carlos might save me, I don't know! Do not pull me into the flames! You cannot pull me into the flames! I don't want to die! I'm not giving Johnny the benefit of the doubt! Oh, I gotta hold it! I was tapping it, I thought it was a tap! Nope, you gotta hold it! You know, I mean, when you have like this pulsing thing here, it kind of tells me to tap, not to hold down. Also, how I'm not timed on this? You know, for like instant death to relatively happen. Kind of interesting, in a sense. Jeez. Okay, so now I'm fairly certain. Look at that. All this ammo. All this healing. Yeah, this right here is telling you, prepare. This is telling us to prepare. So, To be honest, I'm not liking our chances, but I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's see. I definitely want some healing. I don't know if I actively need the vaccine on me. I would think no. And also, I don't exactly know if I want the explosive rounds. I know that I want at least 2 healing stuffs. And I probably want the mines, if anything. I'll probably store that just primarily because it's just gonna like take up a slot regardless. Anything other than that, it would just basically be like, oh, well, go into the fight. Well, what do I need? Oh, well, we need this. Oh, okay, well, we also need this. Like, if anything, I would probably say bring the shotgun just because. And yet, we don't have any room for, like, shotgun bullets and the like. Like, I'd say we'll probably leave the grenades, because grenades are great for another reason, and then we'll relatively go from there. So, Future Crow is here because I decided to talk about why there was less pausing through the lab versus the hospital. If you don't care, you can skip to the end of this little bar thing that relatively has like a indentation in there. You'll see it, hopefully. To be honest, I go on about this certain phenomena that I can't for the life of me find. That is why there's a split coming up. I go on about this game I watched someone play, to get the term used. It was like a couple weeks ago or something, I feel. It's like a 2D horror game. And if anyone can find the video and link it, I'd sure as heck appreciate it. Please and thank you. However, I'm still going to use a bit of what that person said to make a point. Because, as you all know, I have the attention span of a gnat, and I don't relatively get my point across very well. That's why I'm here. The main reason the hospital was so much more scary is because it's treated like a high school at night. You know, maybe some of you relatively experienced that. I know I have. There's a term for that, too. Canopsia is what it's called. There is a game about this, and I checked. Not the one that I mentioned prior about, you know, somebody playing. Besides the point. The eerie, forlorn atmosphere of a place that's usually bustling with people, but is now abandoned and quiet. Sound familiar to an extent? Yes. Now, compared to the lab setting, where I have no knowledge of what it's like there, there's relatively nothing for me to relatively, like, get a sense about it. Hospitals I've been in. Labs I have not. And even then, the labs are kind of like made out of metal and whatnot, but that's besides the point. And, you know, now that you relatively kind of hopefully have a better understanding, maybe, so, you know, let's just get back to the game. Bye. Jeezums. Ah, God.
What do we have here?
Nikolai, don't! The city needs that vaccine!
Why did you tell him what it is?
Can I do? I don't think the wisdom I've been trying to impart on you is getting through. Now I know you can't put a price on life,
I'd grab my gun and shoot him in the head.
but I'm in this business to get paid. So let's make a deal. You go down there, battle the Nemesis, and I'll recall it all and sell the combat art. Put on a good show, and maybe I don't need the vaccine. Agreed? Good.
I'm so killing you if I do ever get the chance. I hope I get the chance. Hello, buddy. Jeez. So there's some charred bodies.
Jill, is that you?
Oh, hey, Carlos.
You're okay. Let me spot for you.
Good idea.
What do you mean, spot for me? Ooh, I almost like dodged right back into that.
Watch it, you've got company. He's hiding behind tank 5.
Did you say tank 5?
Number 5.
Oh, maybe I have to shoot the electrical. Why are there zombies? Yeah, I get where this is going now. Yee. Oh, come on. I actually pressed the dodge button.
Here comes some more. He's hiding behind tank 7. Now, rip that fucker apart.
I am way too... Do-do-do-do-do.
Got some more incoming. He's behind number 3.
Okay. Okay, let's keep going.
Here comes some more.
Oh.
Number 4. I got this.
Oof.
Not what I intended to hit. I'll take it.
Woo-wee. Don't. Jesus. That was crazy. Okay, okay.
Got some more incoming. Look out.
Come on, I got this down to a T! Put some distance.
Number 6!
Get him!
Surprise, asshole!
Yeah, I don't think that damaging him, like... How? How did I do that? I do not know, but I'm going to say I am the most brilliant.
Got some more to go!
Jesus. Oh, thank you. Come on. Come on, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Just get away, just get away.
Here comes some more! Number 7!
Get up!
Surprise, asshole!
Alright, that might have been it.
Here comes a crane. Use it to climb up.
It's still not dead.
Come on. Come on.
Ooh! Lovely. Mwah. Beautiful.
I'm gonna melt this fucker into mush.
That's supposed to be like acid. Yeah. But if I had to guess, it's kind of like that one SCP. The highly indestructible lizard, where this isn't going to finish him off and he might as well adapt to it.
Nikolai, where did you go? I have to get that vaccine back.
Ooh boy. Lovely. 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 Weapon spec sheet. Codename finger. Uh-huh. No trace behind. Totally red. Hammer to the line. Just give him the finger. God dang. Okay. Alright. Let's kind of see what we got here, because I can tell you right now we don't got a lot. That's honestly saying something. We're going to store a good chunk of those. We're going to take back my hand grenades. We're going to take out some flamey flames. And we're gonna relatively see if we can go about our lives roughly like, and I'm also gonna combine this into some mag ammo. We're gonna save and we're gonna continue going. is primarily because I'm pretty sure there's some good old-fashioned time missing from this jazz.
It's done. Give me the vaccine.
Oh, come on, Carlos, please.
No. You bring money. I like money. We shall make ours an ongoing arrangement. Now drop the gun.
I would have still, I would have like done my best to shoot him right then, right there. Jesus effing Christ. Yeah.
Have you ever seen anything so incredible? The data on this would be worth millions. But, you know how it is. City's about to explode, and you can't put a price on life. Good luck!
Nikolai!
Jill!
Go after Nikolai. He's got the vaccine.
What about you?
We're running out of time. I've got this.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Look,
But,
so you know, this is the last fucking time.
is this the game telling me this, or? Oh, is this the thing? It's a freaking railgun! Oh.
Cooldown in progress. Please reactivate power sources.
Oh, are you serious?
Damn, it needs power.
Dude, this is like very Monster Hunter-esque. I basically ran into that. Oh, dear Lord. I think that was a quick time event, guys. Okay, you know, we might actually be near the end. So, I'm just gonna continue just for the sake of it. Wee woo! God, that's so lovely. Two punch!
Did you? How about some more?
Okay, so that's how we're supposed to do it.
Two power sources remaining.
Probably. Ugh,
One power
gross.
source remaining.
Go ahead! I'm gonna put you right back on your ass.
Okay. So that's relatively what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to pop those and basically push these in, and then we're gonna give them the finger. A finger.
All power sources activated. Powering
You think I
up.
don't know how to fuck you up?
Let's do it a second time! Ooh, in the mouth! Let's do it! Oh, that is so gross. Dude, it blew a hole straight through the entire freaking thing. If we're lucky, that hit freaking Nikolai on the way out. I'm just grabbing everything that I know is in the relative vicinity. Gonna assume right here. We go up. Wee woo wee woo wee woo wee woo wee woo wee woo. Man. I bet you anything that all of this is going on while Resident Evil 2 is taking place. Well, this doesn't look Resident 2-ish at all. Hold up. Wait a moment. Bet you anything that they could have put that bobblehead anywhere in this area. By the way, just saying, a little bit more, you know, after the fact I've already said it. I'm always in this lab by myself, so the lab doesn't relatively ever feel terribly scary. Which is why I don't think that I'm pausing all the time. Oh, God, no! Carlos!
We're not going to stop. Promised you this, didn't we?
No! Do you have any idea what you've just done?
No, don't care. My client ordered me to reduce Umbrella to rubber.
10 minutes until missile
Ah.
impact.
The missile has launched. And that is my cue. Goodbye, Miss Valentine.
Ay.
Shame you didn't listen to me when you had the chance.
Carlos! Oh God, I feel like I'm watching Miguel and Brian fight it down. Seriously, that's what it feels like.
Shoot him!
I could hit you though.
Can't. I'll hit you.
Do it! You have to!
What is this freaking Dragon Ball Z cred?
Carlos!
Hey, I told you I couldn't leave you in a Carlos's world. That would just be too cruel. What about him?
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Why'd you do it?
Freaking shoot his other arm.
Price tag for everything. Even letting the world burn.
Yeah, but it.
I'll tell you, if you get me out of here, I'll pay you whatever you want. You're a fool! If I die, you'll never find out the truth.
That's a price I'm willing to take.
I don't mind a little detective
Well, bye-bye, Nikolai.
Jill, you alright?
Second time I'm escaping out of a helicopter in a zombie-infested area. Jesus. Does that mean that Leon and them got out in just the nick in time?
It's finally over.
But even then, how much more does this bleed over into 2?
So long, Percy.
I felt empty and cold as the heat from the blast washed over us. All this death wasn't caused by a monster-making virus. It was greed. Human greed. I decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them, once and for all.
Huh. Honestly, I'm gonna let you know. I was not expecting this game to be this short. I mean, is it short? Frick, what episode do I have uploaded to the gosh dang channel so far? It's like, honestly, this feels shorter than all the other Resident Evils. That's just kind of weird. But, okay, so this is what I relatively think. I think that this game... Okay, so hold up. I got like... So I got 10, 11, and most likely this is going to end up 12. Yeah, 12 episodes. I don't think it's that terribly long. Anyways, okay, so some aspects of this game is actually a lot scarier than others, right? Like, I'd say that the scariest place in this entire game is the hospital. It goes exactly to what I was saying earlier. I don't remember what that thing is called, but I'll see if I can... I've already tried to look it up too. I'll try to see if I can find the original video. It's somewhere. I feel like it's my guy's IGP. I could very well be wrong. Maybe it's Icy. I highly doubt it's Dre. I'll still tech into them, of course. A couple of people I watch, they're actually really good if you actually want to watch them, you know? But that's besides the point. They're much bigger than me. More often than not, if you're watching me, you probably already heard of them. But this was a lot more of a relative action-packed Resident Evil, I guess. Like, it definitely was a little bit different. You know, the dodging mechanic was relatively, like, decent. I think that, like, you know, when you add in something like that, it can relatively take away from a game. It didn't relatively feel like it was terribly strict. Like, once you got the hang of it, you relatively had the hang of it. I did feel. However, the fact... I don't think that this is necessarily, you know... I don't think it's bad. I also don't think it's relatively good. Just primarily on the whole idea, right? That, like, there was one area where I was terrified out of my mind, and it was the goddamn hospital. And it didn't so much feel, you know, terrifying. Like, when Nemesis was kind of, like, chasing me. Like, there were some times where I was like, oh, shoot! But it wasn't necessarily like, oh, shoot, this is freaking terrifying. No, it was more along the lines of, Oh shoot, this mother effer has a freaking rocket launcher and a flamethrower. And I think that relatively comes, you know, along the lines of like, he becomes less terrifying as the game kind of goes on. Just because, like, you know, as the game goes on, you have boss battles with him. And basically, you know, that jazz relatively goes down. You know, I feel like freaking Mr. X was a little bit more terrifying. In some aspects. Not all aspects. Like, yeah, sure, it's freaking terrifying. This freaking parasite infected zombie tyrant is able to wield guns. That's freaking terrifying. On a whole different level. Right? But, like, the way that tyrant relatively was, I don't think I ever relatively tried to kill Mr. X. I probably could have. Like, not necessarily, like, killed him, but probably maybe he dropped, you know, stuff kind of like how Nemesis did. Honestly, you know, there's a lot of things in these games that I don't relatively explore too deeply, and that's all good. You know, more stuff for you guys when you play. You can find stuff that hopefully I may have not found. And, yeah. So, this relatively happened. Now, the thing that we're going to relatively do, because technically after this I was supposed to play Digimon, but I think that this one might finish before Grandia. So, I don't know relatively what's going to happen. I think that we're going to start up basically the next really long thing, which is going to be Yakuza 0. We're going to kind of start up the Yakuza series. And then maybe we'll do like something that's relatively nice and short and to the point, you know? Which, I'm down. I'm down to clown. I also wonder if there's actually multiple endings to this. But overall, this was just kind of like a more somewhat action-paced. I really did not like the camera in this one. There were just some moments where the camera just kind of like felt way too close. And if anything, that kind of bugged me in a couple of situations, but overall, eh. Was there anything else that I relatively found was kind of like lackluster? No. If anything, overall, it's a good game. Is it the best one? I don't know. I still reserve that for Resident Evil 0. With that being said, you know, Resident Evil 0 came out after Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. So, who knows? Maybe that just goes to show. Or, who knows? Because after this, it's supposedly the best Resident Evil game in the entire series. Which is 4. And I'm very excited to relatively see how that goes. But we'll also relatively see whether or not that's how it's going to relatively play out. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Because I'm not doing it right away. That's for sure. I like to, like, cleanse myself of, like, a series, you know? Like, I don't necessarily, like, if it's a long series, I'm gonna not want to play them all in succession. I think that's, like, one way to, like, really, really get bored and tired of, like, something. Survivor is the achievement I got. Rank C. Not bad for, like, the first time, I'd say. Player time is 6 hours, but the total play time is 7 hours, 25 minutes. Huh. I wonder what we're gonna get for completing the game. Oh! Oh! shop? What? Get a costume. Generate health when held. Carry mortar, increase the effect. Increase your defense. What? What is this? Oh. I like how hot dogger is a knife. Samurai edge is a gun. Now I see Raiden. Not what I thought it was gonna be. Huh. I wonder if that's like... No, because the survival game was like number 2, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna assume that all that is just kind of like to take it into the story and kind of like just have fun with it. So, okay, if I had to rate this one, how much would I give it? Well, if anything, I don't even know if I actually rated the other ones. If anything, I'm going to give 0 a good 9.5. Or maybe a 9. I'll give it a 9. It's definitely up there. About 1, I'd say it's a solid... it's a solid, I'm gonna say it's a solid 7. I'm gonna say it's a solid 7, yeah. Like a 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5, okay? Okay. 2? 2 is a 6. Just primarily because, you know, that game... kind of lame. I'm pretty sure I gave it a freaking score, too. But I think that, like, I'm gonna score every single thing... like, again, after I beat every single Resident Evil and see if, like, everything changes. I wonder what I gave 2. Hold the phone. This one is probably... This one's probably, like, a 7.5. As... Like, a 7.5 as well. Like... Do I really want to say, like, a 7.5? I'll give this one a 7. I'll give this one a 7, just primarily on the factor of, you know, it was good, it was nice, it was short and simple. Resident Evil 1 was nice, short for having, like, relatively 2 different, like, story things. But the reason why it's kind of, like, down to 7 is because it was 2 story things. So... You know what? Let's bump this up to an 8. This is an 8. This is an 8. Resident Evil 1 is a 7.5. And then Resident Evil 2 is a 6. We'll go with that. So I want to thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all freaking enjoyed. I'll see you all. And whatever the frick we're starting next. See ya.